We are live and welcoming Beast Family Adventures to Fifth and Overland. They are overlanders and adventure campers and
A little bit of everything.
jeeping.
We are jeepers.
You're jeepers.
Right.
So tell us about your vehicles. Tell us about what you take out on these adventures.
You want to talk about yours?
So we started out with mine. Mine is a 2016 Jeep Wrangler Sport Unlimited, and when we got it, we hadn't been in the Jeeping community before. That was the first Jeep we ever bought, and we kind of just got bit by a bug. So we've slowly, added we haven't really done a lot of modifications to mine, but I still get through everything we go through. So I just have tires and some bumpers replaced.
Fenders.
We
got a $5,000 stereo system in it.
Yeah, because it's so well in the middle of nowhere when you're overlanding.
It sounds good.
The kids think it's cool. They get mad if we don't take it to school.
Yeah, we started with yours, and then she got mad because I always liked to drive it.
Mm-hmm.
So she pretty much gave me the ultimatum: if you want to drive a Jeep, you need to get your own. So I bought I traded in a Ford F-150 for my 2020 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. I went with the Rubicon, spent a little extra money because I told her that it has everything. I wouldn't need to upgrade it at all. That lasted, a year? Not even?
It didn't even last a year.
Didn't even last a year.
I think it lasted 6 months.
We did one charity Jeep event, which is really big over here in Florida. It raises money for underprivileged families for the local community over there. So I think there's 3,000 Jeeps that attend this every year.
Wow.
And it's just a bunch of trail riding. They just, the Orlando Jeep Club puts it on, and they have a whole bunch of trails, and you spend a whole weekend just trail riding out in this phosphorus mine. It's pretty cool. But needless to say, I think I got stuck on almost every trail in my Gladiator.
They had, and this was the first year for the Gladiator, so that everywhere you went, the trails had Gladiator bypass signs. It was because every single one of them was getting stuck. Everything.
Wow.
So my buddy of ours, who founded the Jeep Club that we're now members of, he also owns a off-road shop in the local area. He bought a Gladiator at the same time I did, but since he owns the shop, he had everything done to it. I mean, the thing was sky high on the lift, 40-inch tires, aftermarket axles. He didn't have one problem whatsoever. So I told him when we're on a trail together that this is the last time I will attend this event with my Jeep stock. So needless to say, I think a month or two after that, and went to the shop and came out the way it did with 37s and lift. And
it doesn't look that high though. When I'm watching the videos, it doesn't look that high, especially with you pulling the trailer.
Yeah, I didn't want it too high because of that. Because my friend had a 6.5-inch lift on 40s. I didn't want to go that high because I plan on driving. Because we wanted to maintain some drivability on the highway.
Mm-hmm.
So we went with a 3.5-inch lift and then the 37s on that. It'd probably look a little higher if I changed the fenders out because they're still stock fenders, which I need to change because I've actually crushed in the inner fenders already. We have the suspension is limited as much as we can with blocks. So it's limited as much as we can with the compression, and it's still crushed in the fenders. So I need to do something with that. I'm still torn on what to do. I got some prices on some, and it's just trying to. We have other things to spend money on because some of these fenders are just
throw.
I think I got a quote for new fenders from Metal Cloak. It would have been like $3,500.
Wow.
For fenders,
for fenders.
I just can't do it. So, and then. But I think we got the trailer before the Gladiator.
We got the trailer originally we chose it because my Jeep could tow it. So it's light enough for the Jeep Wrangler to tow it. But now it's, I think, too heavy because after we outfitted it.
Yeah, originally it was about 1,000 pounds. So the Jeep Wrangler could tow probably around 2,000 pounds maximum. And this was about 1,000 pounds empty. I built out with my amazing carpenter skills.
Yes.
Very sarcastic. It's super bad. but it works.
People like it.
Yeah, they seem to like
That's
it.
what it needs to do.
And we did that one event that I kept getting stuck on. We brought the trailer. That's before we had a shower. Mm-hmm. And we did Thursday through Sunday with no shower. It was really bad. It was the drive home.
Yeah.
We stunk.
4 days of camping and trail riding without a shower is not a good idea.
Yeah, it was.
That's not easy.
Yeah,
because it's a working cattle ranch, so you're in a cow pasture. You're camping out in a cow pasture, and it's just we never want to do that again. So I came up with a shower. We have 25 gallons of fresh water into a instant propane water heater. So the trailer was just a shell, and you built that out with a bed, and then you have the water underneath that. And correct. Yep. It's a we roll trailer. What's up, bud?
Say hi.
I think he's on. Yeah, he's on the camera.
You gotta come between us.
Oh, he's good. So it's a 2018 we roll trailer. It's all aluminum construction. I think the only thing steel is the axle itself. So they so you have to. The manufacturer doesn't do any build outs. They're so backlogged on building. I guess they're very popular. Mm-hmm. I think around here, I don't think anyone. We're the only one, except for Jeff.
There is one other we roll.
Jeff in Port Charlotte. Yeah, but he sold it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he sold it. So we're the only ones in Southwest Florida that even has one. So they're not well known here, but apparently they ship out through the United States. So they seem to be very popular. But needless to say, they don't do any build out. So they leave it up to the owner. And their philosophy is the reason they do that is to keep costs down. So you could get a full aluminum trailer at somewhat a reasonable cost, and then you could build it yourself and do whatever you want to it. It comes pre-wired with 110 and some 12 volt that they wire through the walls for you. But other than that, it's pretty much just like a cargo trailer, empty cargo trailer when you get it from the factory.
It comes with a unit for AC though.
Oh, we bought it used. That's why we bought it
with a water heater.
Oh, it has a window air conditioning, so we have because camping out here when it's 100 degrees in the humidity, you gotta have some AC to break up the heat.
Yeah,
we've got a couple people on the chat. My husband Bill, hello Bill.
Hi,
and
Bill.
Molly and Lydia. Hi, Molly. I've done some collaborations with Molly. She's done several different things, cake baking and miniatures, and she's baking with her her granddaughter.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
And
wait, she has a granddaughter? She doesn't even look old enough to have a granddaughter.
I know, right? I know. She's so cute. So beautiful. Molly, we are talking about overlanding and jeeping. And here's Karen in the kitchen with Karen. Hello, everyone. Hello, Karen.
You.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, this is it's fun to talk about some kind of new things that I am just getting more into right now. And Beast Family, how long have you guys been doing the overlanding type thing? When did you say you bought your Jeep?
I say for probably overlanding, we're not that big compared to some of the friends we have. Mm-hmm. They're more because we have the two little ones. And we have full-time jobs, so it's really hard to make these long overlanding trips. Mm-hmm. So as far as we're probably more just campers, I guess. Yeah, campers, off-roaders. So we don't hop locations like the traditional like overlander would do. Is because we have over here, we don't have any BLM land like you guys do over on the other coast. Everything is privately owned or government owned. And if the government owns it, it's restricted. As for like preserves or national forests or anything like that, so you're very limited on where you could go. They'll tell you where to go. So we don't really. I forget one YouTube channel is putting together like kind of an overland trail through Florida. You're kind of just driving around and hitting all the good spots. I don't know if it's done yet. They haven't told us, but
yeah, it's so.
But so we'll probably end up doing something like that. Ideally, we'd want to make it out to Moab. I know that's the Jeep mecca of everything. I know it's kind of pretty touristy, but
it's amazing.
If you are into off-roading, you have to do it at least once. No matter whether it's a Jeep or you have a Tacoma, it doesn't matter what.
Yeah, we definitely want to make it out there. I know we are friends with Mr. and Mrs. Overlander over there in Arizona. We know them. We see them only when they come over here to Jeep Beach because we can't. They keep telling us to come out to Arizona and hit Moab with them, and but it's just not in the cards with the kids in school, and it's just eventually we'll make it out there.
And we're still new to it too. We only just started really getting into doing this. 2018? Probably.
Yeah.
When you do make it out to Moab, it'll be well worth it. It is spectacular, and it's more than just the Jeep tours. The town.
Oh,
the river, everything is so beautiful there. Really nice.
We have some Jeep Club members that go over there, and they just send us pictures, like just rubbing it in all the time. They're older than us. Their kids are self-sustaining, so they can make those trips and go out there and take 2 weeks off and just go. And it's just they like to rub it in a little bit.
So where's your favorite place there around where you live? Where's your favorite place to go?
Where do we go the most?
Citrus?
I guess we do like Citrus.
I would say Citrus, and then the Big Cypress area.
What about Ocala? You haven't been to Ocala.
I haven't been to Ocala yet.
Yeah.
So Citrus is a
or the Withlacoochee State Forest.
Yeah, I can never say it.
That's what it's called.
It's not far from Tampa area, and it's a state park actually, but it has like all kinds of trail riding. So they have numerous trails that you can go explore. Actually, and some of them are all various levels of challenge. So we always have a good time when we go out there. And that one has a campground actually with showers and a bathhouse and everything too. So if you don't have a trailer, at least you have that. But you could spend days out there and not ride the same trail.
That sounds fun. That sounds really fun.
In certain spots, there's actually old mines up there. So you can, when you're trail riding, there's certain areas where you can park and you can hike up and then explore the caves. Cool.
Yeah. Are there any type of like dunes that you guys go to down there?
No,
there's not really any dunes.
No, we don't have any dunes.
I wish there was.
The problem that we have is, we get with what's that one? Tread Lightly. We do a lot of stuff with Tread Lightly, which is an organization to kind of reach out to off-roaders and overlanders to tell them about, because the problem that we have, and we did one video on our channel, is you have more and more people that are getting into off-roading but not doing their homework on what they're allowed to do. So they think that they could just go to this place that has dirt roads and access, it allows you access, and think that it's some mud club that you can just do donuts and just blaze your own trail everywhere.
Tear it up.
And which is highly illegal on most of these places around here. So we met with the game wardens. I scheduled a meeting with them. I talked to a lieutenant, and they came out, or we actually came to them, and they set up a nice big presentation. They had their biologist to explain to the I guess the leaders of the club.
Yeah, so
I guess you would call us the people that do most of the events. Yeah. And so we could kind of help spread the word of why these rules are in effect. Mm-hmm. It actually blew me away about the biologist that he, because we have most of our land out here is just sand. So it has little to no nutrients in it. And when they didn't blame jeepers. They didn't blame just jeepers. They didn't blame just hunters or just people out there. It was kind of everything. They were blaming everybody. Mm-hmm. That they would ride on this. It's about a 10 to 20 foot section where it goes from a wooded area to a swamp area, like all standing water, and it was on like a berm, like where you have some vegetation, but it's enough that you could put a vehicle on, and people just kept driving on it and ruining it. And they said once that's gone, it'll never ever come back.
Yeah.
And so they were stressing that. I never even knew that, and we kind of try to follow the laws, or even though we somehow find ourselves always in trouble somehow, whether we didn't park in the right area or something, but. We try to do our best and try to do our due diligence and knowing what we're allowed to do and what we're not to do, because we want to enjoy the nature. We want to enjoy everything. We want our kids to enjoy it. So,
and I think that's something that you need to understand is it's like once you touch it, once you put your fingerprints on it, it's changed forever.
Yeah. And so much, there used to be so much more available to us in the state, but they're shutting everything down because people are just not respecting the lands. So we try to make sure we advocate.
And I love the video that you did about cleaning up. Take your trash with you
everywhere we go. We teach our kids. We get them to come clean up too, because leave it better than you found it. Always come out with more than you brought in.
And that's some. I give our Jeep Club pretty credit, and pretty much every Jeeper that we know in the local area credit that they do pretty well on picking up when they're out. If they see something, they pick it up and they'll tow it out. They'll throw it out in their own house. So, but you still have a few people, and that's all it takes. Just a few bad apples that are ruining it for everybody.
Yep, that's true. Let's see. So let me see what's in the chat here. I'm so into RV channels. Yeah, those are fun. I'm on a couple of different sites on Facebook, and I've learned so much about just places around the country and like what to not do driving and stuff by on the overlanding on the RV channels. And let's see.
Even some of the boondocking groups too actually have some really great.
Talk about RVs. They have I made in our previous video, I think I did it in the one I just posted today. We are going to be doing, probably in the next year, we're going to be redoing that whole trailer that we have. I met a guy that was a welder in the coal mines of West Virginia for his whole life, and gave it up, said he just had enough and got bored with welding and wanted something different. And he still wants to do it as fun for friends. So I was talking to him about my trailer. So we're going to get together probably next March and completely gut the trailer and redo it, because it's all aluminum. So I don't know how to weld. So if you see any of my videos, I always say, like, I'm not Mr. Mechanic. I'm not Mr. Carpenter. This is just Joe Schmo just trying to wing it, So he's going to come over, help us, and we're going to completely and that'll be a whole series, whole bunch of episodes. That's probably going to take a while. We're going to do. We got a lot on our mind, so and we also
that'll be fun. So Karen says that you need to come out west, and that's what I was going to say. Is that Karen, have you been to the dunes?
I know we will get out there one of these days.
The dunes around Yuma and like between Yuma and California, those are amazing. Absolutely amazing. I mean, you can get so lost out there because you can get down into the dunes and just not see any mountains or anything around you. And it's pretty incredible how big those dunes are.
I've never been, you were born in California.
I'm from San Diego originally. And
are you?
Yeah. So I was a Navy brat. So from San Diego, then we moved up to Washington State, and then we moved to Arizona, and then we moved to Florida. But we used to go camping growing up as a child. We used to go to Yuma all the time.
So. It's amazing, isn't it?
It is really. I do miss the West Coast a lot. I mean, all of the different terrains and climates, and Florida's, we love it here. We're raising our children here, and it's a great city to be in, but it's not the West Coast, that's for sure.
And this is totally the only West Coast I've ever been in.
So the Florida West Coast.
Yeah, I grew up in New Jersey, spent 23 years there, and moved down to Florida, and that's where I met her. And this is as far west as I've been. Besides the Panhandle, I've been in the Panhandle, but
you did make it to a different time zone.
I lied. I just lied.
Oh, you did?
Remember we took the RV to Texas?
Oh no, yeah, he has been to Texas. That's right.
Oh wow, okay, yeah. But still no mountains, not into the Rockies.
Still no mountains, still flat.
That wasn't. That was a family trip with my parents. We went to go see a Texas A&M game, so we thought it was a great idea to rent an RV and just RV over to Texas.
It was fun.
It would be fun.
That was an experience. My mom will never do it again.
Molly's asking, how old are your children?
So our son is 6. And our daughter she's 21 months. She'll be 2 in October. And we took them on all of our adventures. So when we got my Jeep, my son was only 9 months old, and he's been in the Jeep ever since. And the baby, if you ever look at our TikTok videos, I was pumping in trail riding at the same time.
Well, yeah, that's pretty young. I remember my dad started a trucking company when I was very small. And so, yeah, I grew up riding around in Peterbilt all over the Southwest for most of my young life. So it's awesome. It's great to be able to get out and see everything like that,
Yeah, they come on all of our adventures with us. At this point, we couldn't even leave them behind. They would be so mad at us.
They'll get so mad. Oh, man, there's no way.
Well, and taking them out is a lot of fun. Like we went to Citrus a few weekends ago, and they got to catch the lightning bugs and make their own camping meals, and they have so much fun.
Yeah. So Molly says her 32-year-old daughter and her husband want to do the RV living when their daughter's grown. She's only 10 now, though. So yeah.
Do it when they're out of school.
That's something that we talked about when I eventually retire.
Yeah.
Getting an RV and and doing something like that. Kind of drive around and see sights, and that's actually becoming pretty popular. I see a lot of YouTube channels.
Very popular.
Yeah, I see it. That's pretty popular. Or the conversions. You see the bus conversions. They'll buy those old school buses. They convert them, and some of them I'm like, and some of them, I've never done this before, and it comes out and it's like in a magazine. I'm like, how? How do you do that?
House.
AutoCAD.
I put something together. It looks like my son did it.
Yeah, futon.
Yeah, that's definitely on our bucket list. Once the kids get older and he retires, wherever I am with work, we'll probably get an RV and just drive across the country. Just just end up wherever you end up. Like it just sounds so freeing and so fun and just an adventure.
I think that both of these things, the overlanding and the RVing, are becoming so popular because people just need to have these different experiences and to get their kids out and doing more things, and experiencing more of what this amazing country has to offer.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we get so, with social media and Facebook and the national media, it's just so much.
It's just constant information. Like, it just never stops.
Get out and see it and put your hands on it and go look and enjoy this country. We now have people, I see on the news, people that are hating the United States or hating this. They live here, they were born here, and they hate it. But I'm like, man, have you ever seen it? Have you ever gone out and how do you, I don't know.
Yeah. And if you're from here, have you ever gone anywhere else?
Yeah.
That's the other question.
Yeah.
So you grew up with, and it's Maury, right? Is your name?
Maury.
Mari. Okay, sorry. So I love that name. I think that's very beautiful. You grew up being in the military, and then Chris, you served in the military also, right? Oh, you didn't?
Never.
It looks like it though.
I know.
Oh. For some reason I thought you did. Okay.
No.
Let's see. Molly says, believe me, it happens fast. Before you know it, your child also will be 32.
That is so true. He grows like a weed.
Oh yeah, our 6-year-old, his name is Caden, and I swear every day you blink and he doubled in size.
Yeah.
Just something comes out of his mouth and I'm like, how do you even know how to talk like that?
So Molly says overload of info is so stressful and unhealthy. Yeah, we just constantly, I mean, even if you try to protect yourself from it, you still get all the news and information. It comes through. Yeah. Not to live and experience nature. Yes, I believe that as well. And I'm lucky to live. We're in a very small town and it's around us. Yeah, you definitely look like you serve. That's true. That must have been why it's in my head. So what encouraged you to start your channel?
So it originally started after I got my Jeep. I wanted to learn how to work on it and to drive it. So the very first video ever put on that channel was actually me learning how to do an oil change. And I wanted to do it as a tutorial so that other women could learn too and start to feel comfortable and kind of learn with me. It never ended up taking off. I was in the middle of my master's program at the university and I had my baby and work. So I didn't get much time to invest into it. And then he just kind of took it over and just started growing it.
Cool.
Just growing it and kind of morphed into, it's still morphing. I mean, I don't think we really even found our niche. Like, it's weird because, and I'm sure you could attest to this, being on YouTube. It's like the videos that you just like don't think will do well, do amazing. Mm-hmm. And the ones that you put all this time in and you're just like, oh man, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be huge. Like no one cares about.
Yep.
It's just like our biggest video, even by far, is our generator video.
Yes.
About our surging generator and how to fix it. It's by far our biggest. And it's just. I don't know. It was just a problem. I said, hey, let me fix it. And let me do a quick video just to throw something up there for the algorithm.
Yeah.
And, it just took off. I mean, it's just so I don't know.
I did a video. I have another channel, Catalina Treats Gluten-Free Kitchen, and I made a gluten-free lemon meringue pie. Ooh. And I was trying to find the right music to go with it. And I found some blues music that sounded really good. And so I was just like making up lyrics to a blues song about lemon meringue pie blues. That's how so many watched them. I'm like, who's watching this? Because it was just fun for me to do, but apparently people like it. Yeah, you never know. But I love how it like takes on a life of its own, because as long as I let that happen, I learn more and more and grow more. So it's definitely fun. Okay, so let's see what Molly says. Jesse, have you seen any snakes lately? I have not, but I have been looking for them. I posted a video about just coming across some rattlesnakes.
Oh,
that there were 2 of them. Oh, they were very long. Yeah, it was creepy. My daughter can do an oil change. Her papa taught her who is now in heaven, and I never learned though.
Something every woman should know.
Hey, we got a video.
Yeah. You can watch my video and learn.
Yeah. My most viewed video is how to cut out fondant stars with a cookie cutter. Yeah. You never know.
I can do
it. So what is your degree in?
I have a bachelor's degree in health administration and an MBA.
Nice. Yeah. Very cool. So do you kind of see this YouTube thing as a business? Do you treat it as a business, or is it more fun for you?
Man, I think it's kind of both at this point. I mean, we try to invest some time into it to see it grow. I mean, I think our overall goal is for it to pay for our own hobby.
Yeah.
Just to be kind of sustaining. We're not trying to be no $1 million.
No.
Some of these YouTube channels, I mean, they're just making crazy money. Good for them. I mean, they're doing it, but I don't know if we're
not really there.
Obviously, we're not there, but I mean, I don't know if we even care to be there. But it's still a hobby. I mean, we just kind of throw stuff up there. That's why, you know, some of our videos, we're so inconsistent on, which we get yelled at from our other friends that have YouTube channels.
You need to post more.
You need to post more. You know, some of them are a lot more successful than we are. He's like, you need to post more. You need to post like twice a week. And I'm like, we just don't have, you know, and all these people that we talk to have no kids.
Yeah.
Like, man, it's so nice, but did you just change diapers and feed dinner and do this? No, you didn't. I was like, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. The last thing I'm thinking about is editing video, you know?
Yeah.
So,
but it's always fun whenever you put something out there. Huh? It's like an adrenaline rush to like.
To see how much attention.
Yeah.
We're still learning. We still got to get better at recording because we get so caught up in the moment of things.
Yeah.
We forget, like, hey, we need to record our moment here. We're always living in the moment, and we're just like, oh man, we should have got that shot, or we should have did this. So we still got to get better at that. And sometimes when we go out, because we on our group page on Facebook, we'll post out if we're going somewhere, like, hey, if anyone's interested on this date, we're going to be up here if you want to travel with us. And in Citrus, they came. Rhonda and Todd came with us.
Yeah, we had.
And but if we have a group, we kind of feel bad. Like if it's just us, it's a lot easier. Like, all right, we'll stop. Let me set up the cameras and kind of get angles and do this, and let me put up the drone. But when we're with a group, I don't want to stop the whole group. Hold on, guys, I need to get my camera up.
Yeah, let me release it from everybody.
You know, so
some of them like it go because then they get their own Jeep footage.
Yeah, I mean, some of them like it, but you know, it's just kind of like common courtesy. It's kind of, we're trying to get over that, like. You know, even though we tell them, like, hey, we're going to be filming the whole time, it's still like, I don't want to be that a burden to them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We're figuring it out.
Yeah, it's certainly, there's a lot to learn, I think. Yeah. And we're trying to get into the drone stuff as well and get the license for that and figure out which drone we want to get. I, for the life of me, cannot get to 700 subs. But that's okay.
You don't care about 700. You care about that 1,000 mark. That's 1,000.
It will happen, Molly. It will happen.
Hey, I was excited today. We just hit over 550.
Yay!
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's fun to think that other people are enjoying what you're posting too. You know. And what are some of your favorite channels that you guys like to watch?
Oh, mine's not even overlanding. Probably the one I find myself watching the most is Cletus McFarlane. I know, I saw they just released the other video. So that's probably, but he's not an overlander. He's not even a Jeeper. He does drag racing, but he's local.
That's what he was into when I met him. I got him turned into the off-roading world.
He's local. He's only 45 minutes north of us. He bought a racetrack. He's one of the big time YouTubers, like over 2 million subscribers, and he's only right up the road from us. So,
cool.
You know, it doesn't matter how many times I try to send him an email, like, "Hey, dude, let's." You know, it's like we're so insignificant to him, you know. And I get it. They're so, I couldn't imagine. I mean, he has, I don't know how many employees now.
He bought the racetrack.
He bought the racetrack over there so they could do their own things. I mean,
wow.
I couldn't even fathom at that level, you know.
Yeah.
But him, we used to watch Light Bright a lot.
Yeah,
Kevin and Brittany.
I don't watch a lot of YouTube.
No, you don't. Yeah,
but,
I do.
But I do sometimes watch Brittany and Kevin with Light Bright, their videos.
Because
she does some good tutorials.
The Michigan Jeep Girl.
I do. She's not on YouTube though. I don't think. I follow her on Instagram.
Oh, maybe that was it.
And who else? Mr. and Mrs. Overlander.
Yeah, Greg and Crystal.
Cool. So do they go like all over Arizona?
So they are all full-time Jeepers. So they travel all over the country.
And the first time I've actually seen them was on Light Bright's channel.
Yeah, they all did.
They did the Rubicon Trail together.
They did the Rubicon Trail in California together and did a video on it.
But now a lot of them I see are getting into that OnlyFans stuff.
To what is it?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans? I don't know what that is.
How do you describe that?
Probably just.
It's like a you know what Patreon is?
Yeah.
So it's like that, but you could do more with less clothing.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
try to keep it around there. And they're actually Mr.
Molly
and Mrs. Overlander and Light Bright, they're both on OnlyFans now.
OnlyFans is raunchy.
It has a lot of professionals on it too, but
no, I've never seen them.
I've never heard of that before.
Outdoor Boys.
Outdoor Boys. I've never heard of Outdoor Boys either.
I can't remember what the name of the channel was, but there was one that Caden used to like to watch. It was a dad who used to take his two sons camping all the time, and they would do videos of all of their activities. I can't remember what the name of it was, though.
I remember seeing a couple videos.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called.
So, yeah, he had two, I think they were like maybe 4 and 6, and he would take them camping, just the 3 of them, and they would go fishing, and they would make campfire hot dogs, and my son loved it, so we used to watch it all the time, but I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, and Overland, Florida, I watch.
Overland, Florida, yeah, he's friends. We're good friends with him.
We're good friends with him from Overland, Florida. He's a lot more successful than we are. His YouTube channel pays for itself.
Do they give you ideas on where to go next? Do they show you
not necessarily where to go. I know like Mr. and Mrs. Overlander, they tell us to go on these extravagant trips. I'm like, there's just no feasible way that we could either afford it or do it with the kids. But Florida,
he does reviews of all of the different places you can go here in Florida, because Florida has so many places you can go, and we have beautiful state parks and a lot of things to do in them. So he goes and explores them, and you can get some really good ideas out of him.
We went out some events with them, or not events, but trips with them. Yeah. I did the Jacksonville beach camping. You didn't go to that.
No, I didn't get to go.
You couldn't go to that. That was
fun. Working COVID.
Yeah, that was probably way up there on my list of just awesome experiences. It wasn't like we didn't trail ride. It was more you just drive to a beach and you just park on the beach. But it was off the coast of Jacksonville. Maybe I think I could throw a rock and hit Georgia. That's how close up in the corner we were. And
Anna Maria
Island, something like that. Peters Point, that's what it was called.
Peters Point. Yeah.
And it was about 400 yards of beach. That's the only beach you could camp on. And you pull out, and you were literally on the beach off the coast of Jacksonville. And I woke up and the ocean was pretty much 5 feet from my trailer.
Wow.
And I just opened it up. I open my door up and I just see someone like riding a horse in the sunrise. I'm like, literally, this is like a movie. I'm in a movie.
Wow.
And then
so cool.
A little plane flew over exactly like over the horse, and it couldn't have been. It was, you getting out in the cold sand.
Mm-hmm.
It was like cool. I couldn't. I'm stumbling on my words because it was just so amazing. But right after that, they closed it down.
Oh no!
So you can't even do it anymore because people don't. The residents wanted it to be just for them. They don't want people kind of coming on and camping, and I don't know if they really had a problem. I talked to the sheriffs that were patrolling the beach out there, and they said they loved the campers. It wasn't them at all. It was the residents that were complaining to the city council. And then once COVID hit and everything was shut down, That was the
they
catalyst.
Shut
the only
down.
thing they needed. We're just not going to reopen it.
Yeah.
Know? So.
Do you go around Lake Okeechobee?
Not really. There's nothing really. There are some. I don't know if it's a campground. There is something out there, but it's not really. I don't really know if it's camping worthy. It's more probably boating worthy.
Oh, okay.
It's a good area for boating.
I know. Or Overland, Florida wanted us to do a trip on. We also have like a 16-foot little pontoon boat.
That's what I was going to ask, if you have a boat. Yeah.
And then he has a 14-foot boat. I think it's 14 feet or something like that.
Yeah.
And he wanted to start in Fort Myers in the Caloosahatchee River and boat across the whole state of Florida and end up, because you have to go up the river, across Lake Okeechobee, and then you end up in like the West Palm area. Or
wow.
You can take a boat all the way across.
All the way across, but
cool.
Yeah.
But our pontoon boat can't go like 20 miles an hour. It'll take us like 3 days to get over there. Like,
can you trailer more than one? Can you like hook your Jeep up to your camping trailer and then take your boat as well?
Yeah, we're not allowed to do that in Florida. That's illegal.
I saw a guy today that had his truck and a huge fifth wheel and then like a side-by-side on a trailer behind that.
Some states allow it, but just not Florida.
Yeah. So Molly says the Outdoor Boys, Luke, the dad is.
Maybe that's the one I was thinking of then.
Yeah.
Yes, we are by Punta Gorda.
Yeah, we're only
about 30 minutes north of us.
Yeah, just 30 minutes north of us. We love Punta Gorda. We love the city.
It's in the next.
It's a nice
city over.
Yeah.
Cool.
In fact, we used to go there more than we did Fort Myers.
Yeah, we used to go up there all the time.
So what's something that you would like to film that you haven't filmed yet?
Oh wow!
Because I saw your video about the Lazy Spring off-road park where you're going up the hill.
Yeah.
That was really fun. I was like, I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, it's that's our local off-road park. They do they we're really big on charity and giving back to the community, and we always love to help out whichever way it may be and have a fun time doing it. And that off-road park, or it's what is it? They don't call it off-road park. It's like a recreation area. They call it. They do a lot of events with us, and they give back a lot of money to charity events that we raise money for. But needless to say, they have a motocross track over there for dirt bikers and ATVs. As far as the Jeep stuff, I know they have some obstacles there, but my critique on that is if you spend maybe in a Jeep, if you have a Jeep that's built like mine, or anything bigger or more extravagant, you'd probably only be able to spend a couple hours there. And then you've done everything.
Oh, yeah.
And you're kind of like, like what's next? So I knew when doing that video, I knew that it was like that. So I wanted to bring the trailer, not only for advertisement for the channel, but to spice it up a little bit, to give me a challenge to see what this trailer could actually do. And actually, the owner of the trailer company, the manufacturer, contacted us after that video, and he actually posted it on the website of the trailer company.
Fun!
Yeah, he talks about it all the time, and he said it was so awesome.
It would be good to get more like actual off-roading content, though.
Yeah, I mean, she was kind of out of the game for a while for the two kids, give birth to the two kids. So there was limitations on what she could have done while she was pregnant, and then also what we could have done with the little ones. So what I would like to do is I probably get more excited watching her overcome obstacles than I do myself overcoming obstacles.
I'm crazy.
So
I'll be in my Jeep yelling at him as I'm trying to get through something. And then as soon as I get through it, I am like bursting out of my Jeep, running and screaming that I just did that.
Like, I just get so excited watching her do that stuff. So I would like, in my opinion, I would like to get film more of her doing that stuff and overcoming her nervousness and her, trying to learn and do that stuff. I want to get that on camera.
Cool. It's fun, isn't it? I had a Ford Explorer that was a 4-wheel drive, and I took it to some pretty rough roads. It's fun to know that you can do that,
It's some good, adrenaline.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I have Ford F-250, and you're saying that you traded your F-150 for the Jeep. What's the comparison there between the Fords and the
don't buy a Jeep if you want comfort.
Yeah. So I'm pretty honest about this. The F-150, if you're looking for some mild off-roading and you want comfort, that you're going to be on the highway more, or you're going to be on long dirt roads or forest roads, and the F-150 is a great platform. Even the even the 250 is even better because you can carry a lot more weight. Because especially with overlanding, it's all about weight, or the majority of it. Yeah. I think that's number one. Number two is you have
to bring everything with you.
Number two is size of what you can fit in.
So
those platforms are great. The limiting factor of that is where it's going to get you, or how hard the terrain is going to get you. So we kind of traded that. We went a little bit farther into the more aggressive off-roading and gave up a little bit of our payload capacity and our on-road capabilities. So these Jeeps suck on the highway. It's not even, that's to put it politely.
If you spend a lot of time driving, they are not comfortable.
Yeah, they're not practical.
You change the tires out from when you're going off-roading to when you're just highway driving? No, you keep the same ones?
Yeah.
You keep off-road tires?
Yes, but then that's more to carry. And
the problem with that is you're going to change your gearing ratio.
That's true, yeah.
You have it all geared for the tire size. So they're just not that great. You get a strong headwind, and it feels like you just hit a wall. They're not aerodynamic. You kind of wander as you drive down the highway. It feels at 70 miles an hour, which is our speed limit here on the interstate. It feels like you're doing 140. It's like shaking. You're just like, oh my god! And then people in a Prius are passing, blowing your doors off. But the off-road capability of them are just, they just surprise me every single time. It's just unbelievable of what they could do. So, and
the customizability too. If you can think of it, you can customize it on the Jeep. So
interesting.
Or it's available.
It's available.
Or at least for yours is a little bit more limited. But my model, the JKU model, was around for so long that the aftermarket amount of parts you can get for them is just cheap. Astronomical and cheap.
That's cool. We just got a Excursion, like a 2001 Excursion. And
with a diesel?
It's not. It's gas. My truck is diesel.
Yeah, that 2001, that would have had the 7.3 in it. That would have been a gold mine right there.
It's a big engine. I can't remember right now what it is, but it's big, and it's like we're going to drive this from gas station to gas station.
Probably the V10. I know they had the V10 in that.
But so much space in them.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, that's why we got it, is because there's so much space. It's a 4-wheel drive, and we're not necessarily looking to do like the obstacle course type things. We just want to get out and get off the couch, basically, and get outside and do stuff.
For that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see what Molly's saying here. They just went down to Florida.
Oh yeah, Gasparilla.
Oh, I did the Gasparilla 5K that one year.
Yeah, so Tampa, downtown Tampa has a big Gasparilla Classic every year. It's this like huge half marathon, like just days of running with this big convention. So that's really cool to go to, and it's all Gasparilla.
That's a sight to see me running. I'm built like a house.
I have videos of you crossing finish lines, but never videos of me crossing finish lines.
That's because you're like a gazelle. I can't run.
Lorelai and Scott, she has Cakes with Lorelai. It's a channel that's been on for a long time. She makes beautiful wedding cakes and beautiful everything cakes. People like Jeeps, not
everyone does.
Not everyone does.
A list of like the worst cars to buy. Like Forbes comes out with their list every year, the top 25 worst vehicles, and Jeep is on it every year.
You have to love it.
But Jeep people who own them love them. And then there's people that don't.
Have you ever listened to the Tick and Tack, the Clampa brothers on NPR? They talk about car stuff, car talk. Mm-hmm. There was one lady that called in and she fell in love with a Jeep Liberty, and her motto was "Give me liberty or give me death."
Those are good. Yeah, we see some Jeep Liberties pop up in our Jeep events a lot.
Renegades,
and they make it through Fiats. Everything.
Yeah, some of them. Some people, they'll get like the Jeep Renegade is actually
the Renegades
left over from Fiat.
Too,
Fiat gave that to Jeep, and it's like a kind of the Jeep version of the Fiat 500, and it's a little dinky thing, but sometimes, man, like I see them at some of the events, I'm like, man, this thing is staying with some rigs, some.
They make it through some things, and I'm like, I think I might bypass that. There goes the Renegade.
I'm like, dang, all right.
Let's see, but I barely know what I drive. You might be driving a Jeep, Molly, not even know it.
You never know.
Give me a chauffeur. Yeah, I do love my Ford truck. I must say, it's the most comfortable vehicle I've ever had.
I've had
You've had
three.
You've had three that
one in Jersey.
No, that one. You've
four.
had four because you've had three since we've been married.
I've had 4 F-150s. So
they're good.
My last one was a 2014 King Ranch, so I had the
that thing was very comfortable.
That was super comfortable.
Yes, yeah, mine's a 4-door diesel, and it's just awesome. It's my truck. So tell me more about the fundraising stuff. You do that mainly through the groups of the Jeep groups that you're part of?
Yeah.
Prodigy Off-Road is the club that we belong to, and they try to, on a pretty regular basis, raise money or collect toys for a child with cancer, or something that benefits our community. We have a few events every year that are really big, and then we do smaller things in between. We do a lot of money raising for breast cancer in October. I think we do that in May also. And then we also have
May isn't May Go Topless?
May it's called National Go Topless Day, and it's like a holiday known to all people who own Jeeps, and it's basically just a day in May where everybody takes the top off the Jeep and just drives topless.
Cool.
So clubs had turned it into like a breast cancer charity event. So we get food trucks and live music and have games, and everybody from the community comes to have fun and raise money for a good cause.
And then we put on
we host the Back the Blue event.
Back the Blue event.
There is a young girl here in our local community who takes, when a law enforcement officer passes away, she gets one of their old uniforms and turns it into a teddy bear that she then gives to the family as like a nice gift of remembrance. Cool. So we have an event every year that we host with the club to raise money for her charity to help her continue to be able to do that for families. Nice. So
we have some motorcycle groups around here, but I've never heard of a Jeep group like that. So
there are some out there. In fact, because I follow the Arizona Jeep Girl on Instagram. I'm not sure exactly where in Arizona she is, but she's a part of a really big Jeep group out there. I never knew they existed until I got a Jeep, and now it's like a cult. So
their secret handshakes.
I had no idea this was a thing. I did, and now it's like you'll be driving down the road and all of a sudden you'll just see like 100 of them driving together.
Oh, you'll get notifications on your phone. Ding, someone took a picture of your Jeep. Where were they? I didn't even see them.
Cool. So have you guys ever done any geocaching?
We have not ever done any geocaching. I've always thought about it, but I don't even know where to start with it.
I don't really know either. I just know some friends that have done it and really loved it. You know, it's just like finding hidden treasure everywhere.
People found some like really cool things, but I'm like, how? I don't even know where to.
Oh, is that where someone hides something? And
it's like, you like find stuff. It's kind of like the rocks, the painted rocks. In the
we've never done that.
On, like,
but
a larger
some guy
scale.
Put like $100 on, like hit $100 or $1,000 in Fort Myers.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people will go and like add more to whatever the geocache is. So it's pretty fun. But
look more into it.
Yeah,
learning the coordinates and everything. So let's see. Molly says, "Back the blue. Love it. Great what you two are doing. It really is. It's really great. And to had your passion.
They are like the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life. Like just the most like they care about the community. They're big on
Jeepers?
Yeah, Jeepers, and welcoming and friendly people. They're really great.
Yeah, we met some pretty good friends.
Cool.
Part of the club. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know that there are people that are passionate about their Ford excursions, but I haven't heard of a group yet. So we'll have to see
I'm sure the Tacomas have their group too. Toyota Tacomas.
Oh
yeah.
And then there's the
I think the new Broncos are forming clubs too.
Yeah, I think so too. So the ultimate goal of your channel, what would you guys like to see in a year or so? What would you like to be?
I'd probably, for a little goal setting, I'd like to be, not 700. I'd like to be over that 1,000 mark. I'd like to be over that 1,000 mark, and then take it to the next level. I mean, I think that would be.
Maybe it's the geocaching.
Could be. You never know.
I think. I think our trailer video is going to do really well. I know.
Yeah.
I've seen those on a lot of vehicles. I think that those trailers are very, very popular, and doing a build out would be a great thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're kind of tossing up like whether should we invest money into that, because the problem that we're having is if we didn't have the kids, we probably wouldn't even build it out.
Yeah.
But we're running out of room. It's only a 5x10 trailer. So with the kids
size bed and then the two kids and us and
with them getting bigger, we're kind of running out of room. So we need to figure something out and I don't want to add stuff to my Gladiator, because then when we're just doing just us stuff, when we're not camping, we're just going out and hitting some trails. I don't want the added weight get really, kind of my center of gravity. Mm-hmm. So we're kind of trying to.
It seems like there's a progression to all of this, though. Like you do start out with a tent, and then you go to a trailer.
With a tent, yeah. So
then you go to the bigger trailer.
We're thinking about
investing. We used the tent once, and then we were.
That's right.
We had the tent and we used it, and then we had an event we were going to in January, and it was cold here, which I mean, I guess Florida cold isn't the same as a lot of other places, but it was going to be in the 30s that weekend, and it was raining and it was cold. So he went out and brought home this trailer.
And we slept on the floor of it.
Yeah.
We didn't have a bed, nothing.
But we stayed warm.
Yep. Except for the power wheels, the Jeep.
The power wheels lit on fire because it was out.
That went up in flames.
Apparently, never leave your child's power wheels out in the rain because they will catch on fire. And if you email the company about it, they'll tell you, well, why'd you leave it outside? Because it's an outside toy.
That's a little scary, huh? Wow. Okay, so Molly says over the 1,000. You guys can do it. You can totally do it. Yep. I think that you can probably get there way before it'll, like, something will click and it'll just happen. That's what I've seen with a lot of channels.
Yeah, that'd be nice, but
yeah.
We'll see.
So what is like the number one thing that you want people to take away from watching your videos?
Man, the number one thing is just that anyone can do it. Yeah. Go out and
get outside,
explore. Don't be afraid. You know, a lot of you know, things that I see and a lot of questions I get are people that are hesitant, that they don't want to just go out and experience. If you screw up, you screw up. I mean, I don't know how many times we were just like, well, that didn't work. You know?
Yeah.
And no age is, you know, too young or too old to do it. You know, if you're a young family, take the kids out. It is so good for them to get out and explore. And if you don't have kids, well, still get out and explore.
More people our age. That's what I want to see. More people our age.
We're really young for the community that we are a part of. So seeing more young families would be
usually
awesome.
We see an older crowd kind of doing our stuff. No one really with young kids.
Mostly like kids are out in college. They're having a good time and exploring. But I'd love to see, you know, more families taking their kids out to do things.
Yeah.
You know, off-roading, but, you know, taking them camping, going out and exploring
the
parks and the national parks around you, or just anywhere, even if it's just in the daytime. Even maybe you don't want to sleep overnight somewhere, but just get out and explore your backyard, you know?
Yeah. I truly believe that too, that, you know, it's not necessarily the easiest thing to do right now, like when it's 105 degrees outside, but when you can get out there, and like the winters in Arizona are so beautiful most of the time, you know, and we just got to take advantage of that. We're so deficient in vitamin D, and
sunshine. Make sure you wear sunscreen.
Yeah, wear sunscreen and get out there and experience some stuff. So yeah, I think that that's a great thing to be a focus of your channel. I think that that's wonderful. Well, we're right at an hour, so thank you guys so much for joining me.
Oh, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Really fun talking to you. And it's so interesting that our other friends are down in the same town. We have some other friends in Orlando. But yeah, it's really cool. So, well, I challenge you to come to Arizona.
Another
challenge. We will get out there eventually.
And
he has to go out and see Sedona, and there's so many places out there.
Yes, I do have a Sedona video on my channel, and
that's one city I just love. I'm Jerome, and I love it out there.
Yeah. I'm near Tombstone, so if you come out here and see me, we'll take you to Tombstone and Bisbee.
That's cool too. You get to go see all the old Wild Wild West and the Tombstones.
Yep, we'll buy you a cowboy hat.
There we go.
Those old shootouts.
Now we're talking.
And Molly says, thanks. It was fun. Thank you, Molly and Karen and Bill, for joining us. We appreciate it. Thanks for everybody for being here. And we'll keep watching your videos and recommending your channel and get you to 1,000.
Awesome. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.